What's going on, my amazing retro squad and my wonderful renegades? This is your boy Retro Quin, and today we have another masterpiece from Ren. This one is titled Vincent's Tale, Starry Night. And I took y'all advice. Y'all told me to go back and check the shorts, and y'all said to go back and check a couple of the earlier videos so that I can kind of refresh myself and get caught up to speed before I check this one out. And I do have my phone right here because I did take some notes. And I want to make sure that I'm following everything correctly. If I have anything wrong, y'all definitely let me know. But starting off with the tales of Jenny and Screech. From what I picked up, Screech stabbed Jenny, and then that's what called for Richard to be called onto the scene. Richard ended up shooting Screech, and I'm guessing that he ended up shooting and killing him because later on I could see where Richard was going back to the site and he put some flowers down when he was reinstated. That was around the time he was reinstated. But Richard ended up shooting Screech 4 times, and then he was placed on administrative leave because for the ones that don't know, anytime a police officer is involved in something like that, especially something to that magnitude, they have to get placed on administrative leave so that everything can be sorted out, before they're reinstated, if they are reinstated. But he was placed on administrative leave. That led to a lot of troubles and stuff at home and everything with his relationship with his wife, kid, all of that type of stuff. So he ended up going to therapy. And from there, he was talking to the therapist, getting all of that sorted out. And then after that, he kind of, got a clean slate essentially. That's when cooler heads prevailed. He kind of started getting back on the straight and narrow, and like I said, he went back to that spot to where everything went down and stuff. Kind of paying his respects. Going through everything, and I want to say the officer that put him on temporary leave ended up meeting him out there, and that's where he kind of reinstated him and told him he can come back to work and everything. So Richard proceeded getting everything back in a level head so he could go back to work. And on his first day back to work, that's where we came up to that previous video. On his first day back to work, he responded to a call from which Vincent was getting into a fight with someone in the alleyway, ended up stabbing him with the bottle or with that glass that he broken. And on his first day back, he chased Vincent down the alleyway, and they came kind of like to a standstill. And instead of Richard kind of going back to what he done prior to where he shot Screech and killed him, he didn't shoot him this time. He paused, thought about it. His mind went back to everything that he was going through, and instead of shooting him, he arrested him, apprehended him, and brought him down to the ground. And now we're kind of up to this point now where we have Vincent's Tale. We just did the bedroom, Vincent's Tale bedroom, and now we're on Vincent's Tale Starry Night. So that's where we at now. I think I covered everything good from just from the analysis that I got out of everything so far. But if I got anything wrong, y'all let me know. Sorry for being long-winded. Just wanted to lay that out. We finna get to it. Vincent's Tale, Starry Night. Let's see what we got. Okay. Hold on. Ooh, I love that.
I begin? Wait a minute, I know. Step 1, I repent. Step 2, let me go. No, 3, maybe I show you remorse for my crime. Fuck that, let me speak my mind. So allow me to introduce myself to your manifestation of everybody in this room. Don't ever felt discarded by a system that's regarded to be something for the people, but the people disregarded, it's retarded. Putting all the power in the palms of the heartless. Lions don't care when chewing on carcass. Homeless levels rise and the politicians pardon. Slave labour wage docking pay for the farmers. Britain, Great Britain, no, you're a slave. Great Britain, tax bracket rise, grow. Give a tax break for a suit and tie on the low. Well, the everyday people getting fucked till they broke, so let me unload, I'm on a roll. I never vote, big in the polls, Britain the road, who to control when there is no food in the bowl. It's a low blow, representatives don't show empathy. Plain to see, represent me, no soccer. Britons break backs just for bread and butter. Fuck the PM, did they stutter? In the PM, there'll be bodies in the gutter. Blood-stained hands, milk up all lands udder. 9 to 5, can't survive away just to work in a job that can't provide. It's by design, my hands are tied. I climb that, on this that. How the fuck can I pretend it's fine? The water is never wine. The pig steps to the slaughter before your eyes. It's for the new world order. Except our minds, court of law, a horse who will bend for bribe. All the while, people watch reality TV, sleep easy, wake and repeat the cycle. Are you taking the Michael? Better beat it up. City full of sheep tweeting on the social media. Tabloid twisting tails and it's causing mass hysteria. Polarize the people, never by the hand that's feeding you. When it comes to war, they'll be calling for you, needing you. Fighting for a cause that wasn't yours, then leaving you. Hyperpolarizing the left and the right. Are you woke? Are you racist? Black? Are you white? Are you all for the Brexit? Make a swift exit. The NHS rots. Where was tax directed? Look, there goes another fucking puppet elected. Dance, little puppet, dance for the neglected. Impunity from true flies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, 2 parties resurrected.
Hold on. Whoo, man. So, it looked like he breaking this up into like another, I'm guessing like some different parts and stuff. We had Act 1, and now it's going into Act 2. But I want to make sure that I'm following everything, cause this feel different, and which I always tell y'all, Ren, when it comes to Ren's storytelling and like, you know, like the way that he can put these stories together through a video, is like nothing I've ever seen before, man. Like we talking about some real like high level artistry and storytelling, and you know, it comes in with the great choreography. And for the ones that's you know followed me along with my XG and like different K-pop, J-pop, like the BTS all of those reactions and stuff, I always talk about the choreography, because like people don't understand how hard it is to be able to get a group of individuals to essentially be in sync, and especially to do it where, because when you're doing like stuff like this, it only takes for one person to be slightly off, and it's extremely noticeable because everyone is in unison, everyone is in sync. So aside from like just the great storytelling with this series and everything that Ren has going on, I just want to shed some light on that separate aspect of it, just to kind of, you know, bring everything into perspective and get y'all to understand like this isn't something, it looks easy because we're seeing the final product, but to be able to get something like this put together, I'm telling you, like, it's a lot of hours, a lot of work that got to go into it, man, being able to get everybody in sync. But I heard him mention the pig stuff, you know, which I see that's coming back. And it seems like right here in the first act, or like in his first segment that he gave us, he's speaking on like some really, I guess like some really, really important stuff that's going on in Britain. And, you know, he kind of shedding light on it. But I would say that, you know, this could kind of be like a speak out against the world in general, because like I tell y'all all the time when I do my UK reactions and stuff, like I see that America isn't the only place that's dealing with these type of issues, in which, you know, obviously I understood that, I know that, but to hear someone else, especially a great artist like Ren, be able to shed light on situations that's going on in Britain, it just reassures and let me know that, hey, we're not the only ones that's going through this. This could be like a world class, you know, call to order or call to action to get this, you know, get this problem or get these situations fixed throughout the entire world. So I love how he addressed that and came in with that in that first, in that first act right there.
Fucking puppet elected, dance, little puppet dance for the neglected. Impunity from truth, lies come to be expected. Sever head of Hydra, two parties resurrected.
Oh. Hey.
Yes, I am the malevolent, degenerate delegate. Incarcerate the truth, keep it separate. The fabric of society is delicate. They don't want me in the room, I'm the elephant. Let's go. I guess I was fucked from the get-go. Wrong place and wrong time, guess so. Wrong planet, wrong mind. Guess you could say I was destined to break, because I get no satisfaction. I roll stoned, ETAs with ET, I phone home. ETC, don't blink, life is gone. Time don't wait, the show must go on. In London underground, come rain and thunder. Junkies, drunks and punks stung by the hunger. God is good until life push you under. One by one become cold like the tundra. One by one cast out like pariah. Sever heaven body, so body bow to Messiah. Boy cry wolf, everybody soon expire. Run, little liar.
Okay, so we got Act 1, we got Act 2, and now we're going into Act 3. And with Act 2, he said something that's very important to me, something that stood out. He was like, they don't want to let the elephant in the room. I'm the elephant. And that could speak on so many different things. For one, they couldn't want someone like Ren in these type of spaces because he's going to shed light and, kind of pull back the layers, pull back the curtain, and expose the evil things that go on. And then from another aspect, they couldn't want him in the music scene, because aside from them understanding that he's going to expose that stuff, he's going to also, kind of, I guess, like overshadow a lot of the other like artists and stuff that they would like to use to push certain narratives that are false. And Ren can push those true narratives and really spread that positive light and, just kind of show the evilness that's within, like up under the surface. And I'm glad that they showed a lot of those scenes behind the cell because I think that I told y'all, I can't remember, but I do have a short history in corrections. It was juvenile correction, but, just from me being in juvenile correction, and just kind of understanding more how the system works, and then understanding how the system works in the adults on the adult side, like DOC side and stuff as well. It's a lot of stuff that go on behind the scenes that people on the outside, and I say outside, but like people that's not incarcerated, y'all will never know, man. Like it gets extremely dark, man. And like I've personally seen some things behind the scenes that I don't agree with, and which that was one of the reasons why I got out of the correction system, in which maybe I should have, pushed harder, fought harder to get in a position to where I could change it. But my mind state then isn't where it is now, if that makes sense. But I seen so much stuff behind the scenes, and it was just like, man, I just don't agree with this stuff, man. So I need to remove myself from this so that I don't become a part of the situation that's going on. But like we'll take, for instance, how, in which maybe that's how Ren got that cut or, got that scar up under his eye. It could have either came from when Richard had him kneel down against the cement on the pavement. That could have caused it. And it could have also happened, from him getting beat up behind the cells, because I'm telling you, man, it's some scary stuff and some dark stuff that happens behind closed doors. And the inmates, and obviously they're incarcerated for a reason, but what people have to understand is inmates, they still have a voice as well. They still entitled to certain rights. But when those doors close, man, and it gets dark, the lights go out, I'm telling you, man, like it's some gruesome stuff that goes on, and they have to go out the next day and carry that burden on them, and then like it just compiles and compiles and compiles, and that's how you end up getting fights, you get stabbings, and it's just so much other stuff that stem from that, man. It's like like these wicked officers, man. And not saying that all of the officers are bad, but boy, we got some dirty cops out here that really make it hard for the good cops that's really doing their job, man. But just wanted to share that. I do apologize if I'm being long-winded, but it's just like this masterpiece that Ren is putting together or has put together. I don't think this is nothing that you could just kind of, watch and just brush through real quick, man. Like it's a lot of different things that he touching on, man.
Wolf, everybody soon expire.
Run, little run.
Act 3. Liar, liar. Was that Knox? Hold on.
Expire.
Run, little liar.
The second part. That was Knox. Shout out to Knox, man. He done got a cameo in Ren's storytelling. I like that. And now we're getting Liar. Oh my God. Listen.
There's no democracy. Democracy ain't corporate lobby free for all. Democracy ain't rich boys, silver spoon seniors. Democracy ain't eating up a lie then forgiving you. Democracy ain't choosing between herpes or chlamydia. Democracy, hypocrisy, a synonym entwined. Take a baby, then deliver him, position him in line, and then imprison him, condition him in school to make him blind. After they christen him, the father, son, the ghost, we're not the mind. We are divine, we lose potential when we gravitate degree. We are benign, we turn to cancer when we take more than we need. We are designed to be magnificent, we waste that when we walk. Starry Night, the plight of Vincent inside cell block 44. I fought a war inside myself, the war of every working man. A war of what's and why's and how's, and when's the time to take a stand? And who's the one to put me in my place? You, or is it God? It's compliance, staying silent. If defiance comes from love, I come from love. I come from hope, I come from truth, I come from trust. I am the last remaining push inside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined, all to die.
I apologize for pausing right here, but I just want to reiterate what he just said. It kind of giving us that call back to the elephant in the room. He pretty much saying, I'm that last hope to get this right, to fix all of this wrong. I'm that last hope. I'm that elephant in the room that they don't want in here.
If defiance comes from love, I come from love. I come from hope, I come from truth, I come from trust. I am the last remaining push inside a world that turns to dust. Against the people so determined, all to die. And for what? Love of power, love of money, love of ego, love of lust. What about love for the sake of love? What about really loving us? But I mean really loving us. That means that I, the me, myself is you, and so we're we in one. And there's never separation while we're moving round the sun. For the cell of every sentient, it shares a single song. And that's the song of sweet creation. Do you hear the minstrel strong? For there's more to music. Life is music. Music is the tongue in the mouth of Mother Earth, and her heart beating is the drum. Hear it, hear it, hear it.
Oh my God, man.
That's that thunder in your chest that lets you know that you belong. We are one, we are one, we are free to one song. Something better, yet reset so we can all live on.
So it goes.
Vincent.
Jesus Christ, y'all. Act 3. And which I don't know where Act 4 is going, but Act 3 is the one for me. That's the one in which, like I said, it seemed like he went back and kind of reiterated like that elephant in the room. And from what I've seen just then too, it's almost like it was a riot, in which like I understand that riots happen within the prison system and everything like that, but to me it was like a deeper meaning with that, in which I talked about how a lot of the evil things go on behind the scenes and stuff. But with that being said, you could see, like, where the prisoners kind of overrun the jail cell, in which I'm trying to see how I want to word it, but they overran the jail, in which that could be a bigger meaning to us kind of, regaining control of an evil system, of a wicked system. And, you could see, like, all of the inmates running around, the officers, they were pulling the officers, they chained the officers up, and it's almost like the roles were reversed. The evilness was, kind of captured, and which obviously the inmates, they're the ones that's supposed to be evil, but in reality, it's the officers as well, and like just that wicked government, that wicked system. So the inmates reversed the roles, and they ended up capturing the evilness, the officers and stuff, and switching those roles and stuff. So like I said, it to me, I see something deeper than what we're seeing kind of at a surface level, and that's what I love about the artistry of Ren, man. Like he able to give us these type of deep stories and like a meaning within a meaning, and then also just to give us that singular light that was shining down on him, and you could see him kind of looking up, looking off in the distance. And for me, that could also symbolize that it's light at the end of the tunnel. It will get better. Like in the midst of all of this turmoil and stuff that's going on around you, you can block out all of the noise and you can still see that light. You can still see that hope for tomorrow. It's still greatness at the end of this journey, man. Something good is going to happen, man. Boy, this is amazing.
Vincent.
Act 4.
Vincent! Oh, good, he's waking up. Vincent, dear boy, I can feel your frustration, but you're in very safe hands here now. Please be patient. You see, we are the cutting edge rehabilitation. Don't you feel so excited for this new innovation? Nah, guards, what the fuck, man? I think I wanna leave. Oh, leave? I'm afraid that's impossible, see? You see, we're part of a new program. It's a government scheme. We're making gentlemen from criminals, and that's what you'll be. With a brand new method to sort of trials and tests. Like our good God, son, you'll be resurrected. What the fuck you on about? What kind of brand new method? Well, we take the frontal lobe and we kind of dissect it. With your synapse augmented with our new serum injected, it aims to recorrect the parts of you we know are defective. There'll be discomfort in your cerebellum, that is expected. Hey, if progress wants a price, let it. Guards, this one will do. Yes, this one's fine. Take him away.
Y'all pay attention to something. So right here when they took Ren away, you could see, like, you see how his heels are dragging on the floor and it leaves those marks. But they have a lot of other marks on the floor too. So this has been going on. Ren is just the next one up, or Vincent rather, but he is the next one up for this experiment. I just want to make a note of that. Right here, see, it's already markings on the floor, so it's happened before. But I'm glad that we got this scene too, because it kind of talks about the vicious cycle. And you know how they was talking about taking the frontal lobe, injecting serum in, and which that could be a metaphor, or it could really be happening. I don't know, but for me, I look at it as a metaphor for the constant cycle that the government, like the different games that the government plays, in which, he talked about how essentially each, in which, I learned this from being in the prison system, and in which I'm pretty sure it's different now, but I remember my lieutenant, he was telling me, in which I could have this wrong. It's been a while, so don't quote me on it, but he was telling me something to the effect that each one of those inmates that gets incarcerated, that's roughly like $4,000+ in which, it could be more now, or could be less. I'm not 100% sure, but he was telling me that each one that's incarcerated that gets booked and goes through that system, that's more money coming back to the government. And like that's kind of what I thought about when they made a note of that just then. Like, and then how Ren always just talks about that vicious cycle, man. Like, I'm telling you, man, like it's all a game. And you know, it kind of goes back to what Ren was saying in the money games, talking about the greed, the hunger. And now that I'm kind of piecing everything together, to me, that's kind of where that whole pig analogy is kind of, you know, everything kind of playing a part, and it's making way more sense now. Talking about that greed and that desire for more. Like that's, and then like earlier too, you heard him saying liar, 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 because it's all a game. They lying to us. They want us to believe something when they're using that to cover up their scheme that they got going on behind the scenes, man. But this is extremely deep, man. Extremely deep. To be continued. So the story goes on. Man, I've said so much throughout this episode, in which I call it an episode because, you know, like I tell y'all, with Ren's storytelling, he's able to break up these things into so many different, you know, like different like small stories, small parts, and it's like it can be compiled into one big movie. And I'm wondering, like, could Ren take this entire series and maybe give it to like a, you know, I would say like a Netflix or Amazon Prime or something, but maybe he could do like an individual distribution deal to where, you know, he could, you know, keep all of his rights and everything, and, you know, be able to distribute it how he wants to, like keep it to himself in a sense, instead of, but I mean, he could get an offer from a larger company like that as well. But, you know, I'm just wondering which direction it will go with it. But, you know, hats off to Ren. Like he's done such an amazing job with this series, and like just with the artistry in general, man. And like I see that it says to be continued, and the thing that I love about Ren, like he puts out everything and it leaves us wanting more. Like it's so many things that still need to be answered. Like I'm wondering, like, which direction is he gonna go with it next, man? And it, like, I'm just here for it all. And, you know, to be caught up on everything, you know, shout out to all of y'all who's telling me to go back, check out, you know, certain parts and stuff, because you know, it's been so long since I checked them out that, you know, like my mind was just foggy on it. But to be able to go back and refresh my memory and kind of get caught up to speed, it just brings so much more stuff into perspective, man. And I know I've been extremely long-winded, so I do apologize for that on the back end. But like I said, when you're dealing with a series like this, you got an artist like Ren. This isn't anything that you just brush over really fast. Like you need to give it its justice, like it's due diligence. Like he definitely deserves that. But I'm gonna cut it off right there. I will, you know, definitely be ready, you know, be locked in for the next portion of it. I hope that y'all really enjoyed it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed my perspective on it. If y'all have a different perspective, or if I might have gotten anything wrong, y'all let me know down below in the comment section so that I could, you know, make sure that I'm caught up to speed as we progress forward. But y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Go and support Ren. You know, everyone, wonderful artist, man. Like I can't say that enough. But that's gonna do it for the video. Y'all stay positive and stay smiling. And without further ado, this is your boy Retro Quin. I'm out.